Whatever.
Dude, are y'all ready or what?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I don't have my laptop this time, so Garrett, stats and info, be ready to look stuff
Stats
up.
and info, Garrett.
I'm here, brother. I got it.
Week 2 in the books. As we go over this, I want you guys to relax. Reese, you hang tight, sip on that drink. I'm going to focus on Garrett. I have never been, I'm right 99% of my life. There's a handful of times where I was right, but I thought I was wrong. So I changed my mind, but I was right the first time. Rarely, but it happens.
Makes sense.
I was so right this week. And the justification that I got, I can't even explain. I couldn't put it into words. It was hard to sleep. I had to drink myself to sleep last night because of Garrett. I told you in February that Mississippi State was going to show the fraud that Sam Levite was. Cam Scatterbo carried that man. And without an elite run game, this guy is back there. Happy feet, happy feet, happy feet. No pressure, clean pocket. Let me run left for no reason. I mean, he sucked. I'm not going to say he sucks in general. I would say he's average, but he sucked. And I told you they were going to get their ass kicked. He was so lucky last year winning these fucking one-score games. And anytime you live off of that one year, you die by it the next. And they got their fucking ass kicked because they couldn't punch it in on the 1-yard line. Had to settle for a field goal. Okay? Why didn't they throw it? You got Levi. But he only did well when Cam Scatterbo went off, and then the defense had to put the passing game as plan B, but we got to stop the run game first. He's a fraud. The whole team is fraudulent. Their ability to play and get well against Texas was a one-off because Cam Scatterbo had a fucking Herculean effort. They have no chance of winning the Big 12. None whatsoever. Nothing. You sit there and be quiet and you listen to Ball because I tried to tell you Ball and you wouldn't accept it. And I don't know. I know you're going to hit Reese. But my goddamn leg of the parlay hit.
Boston, Mississippi State.
The what?
They gave up the deep ball to Matthew Golden on 4th and 13 last year. And they gave up the deep ball for the Miracle of Mississippi.
When did they give up the deep ball? Was it before or after Cam Scatterbo went off for almost 200 all-purpose yards?
Well, last year, after this year.
So, like I said, when the defense has to focus on the run game and the passing game becomes the second priority, he does okay.
Well, you got to be able to run a pass.
And I don't want to hear nothing about they gave up a long touchdown pass at the end. You gave up a touchdown of your own by not punching it in on the 1-yard line. You gave up scoring points in the first half of the whole ball game. You decided to play one half of the ball game. So I don't want to hear nothing about that. Maybe you shouldn't have stayed an hour and 15 minutes away from the stadium because you didn't want to stay in a casino. They might have should have stayed in a casino. They could have boxed you there. They could have been good. All right. So I want you to buy me a shirt or something that says, "Hey, I was right." Wow. Because you have been, we'll see, all summer, all spring, all fall camp. And I told you he sucked.
I had him.
I know. And it's like, I was happy that I was right, and now I'm mad I was right. I don't know why you should listen to me to begin with. But we move on from that. The random people on TikTok, on the little reel we posted, most everybody, positive reviews, probably a lot of Tennessee nut huggers, so I get it. I was talking good about Tennessee and bad about Nico. We're going to get that reaction. But there was a handful, small but loud. People talking about, it was just one game. Well, game 2, motherfucker. What did it look like now? He still sucks. He still sucks. Well, look at this. 2 games played, 63.5% completion, less than 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he looked like Anthony Richardson without the running ability.
I mean, he sucks. Oklahoma, I was all over that. Reese, tell him I told you the score.
Yeah, he did tell me the score. He predicted
24-13. I have it on the CBS. If there was a tiebreaker, I broke it.
I had him at 47, so you got me.
Oh, dude. Bryce Underwood. Honestly, I don't want to come down on the guy. I guess we can dive into like the Bryce this game. I don't want to come down too hard on the guy because he is a freshman, just turned 18. You know, in case you didn't know, they mentioned it about 12 times
Yeah.
during the game.
Yeah.
Turned 18, so I don't want to be down. But there were some throws that's like, man, these aren't even really that hard of throws. So the fact that you're a 5-star,
No.
we shouldn't be overthrowing like the tight end when nobody's on top. Like, just lay it up there. Overthrowing that. But then he made some good plays. I just feel like the plays he missed, they weren't like tight windows or somebody bearing down on you in your face. So I was kind of, torn on his performance. I don't think he did bad. I think they were trying to like protect him as best they could, but I'm sure he'll be a problem in the future, but he didn't really.
I think he'll be fine as he goes on. I mean, like you said, he missed the easy throws. That's the problem.
Yeah, it was just weird. Like I expected him to miss some plays, but I didn't expect him to miss the guy running wide open with nobody within 7 or 8 yards of him.
No.
I thought he would miss like, oh, you had to put it in the perfect spot and it was just slightly underthrown kind of stuff.
Yeah, and without that big play to start the second half, I mean, they really didn't. They weren't explosive at all, really. Everything seemed
John
hard.
Deere is like a mercurial talent. Like he'll fuck something up. Of course, I knew that about him because I picked Washington State to be my Group of 5 team last year, so I knew he'd fuck it up. But then he'll do some Brett Favre shit.
Oh, he's serious.
That play where he almost got, like, they show pressure and they show it from, like, the edges and the middle. So the running back goes to the middle during the pass pro because they got 6 guys in protection, but the 2 guys in the middle drop off and the guy from the edge comes and can't get there, almost sacks him. He stays up, puts his hand on the ground, rolls out, and slings that thing. That ball was so pretty. I watched that throw, like, I don't know, like 13 or 14 times. That throw is so pretty and perfect.
Yeah,
and that entire play like encapsulates John Mateer. He's like give you a heart attack and you enjoy watching him. I hate it because I hate Oklahoma, but fuck.
He's a risk taker, like super risk taker. He has the arm talent. He's way more mobile than people think he is. Like the dude can run. The dude has got vision. Yeah. They ran it here and they cut through. Like that's beautiful. He got running back vision, but man, that dude can throw. But he scares you. He scares you.
It scares Reese. It don't scare me.
Nah,
it doesn't scare me too bad. I mean,
a rivalry coming up,
brother. I mean, Texas defense. We all know about them. We've seen them the past 2 weeks. Y'all know. I know. Your mom knows. Your dad knows. Everybody knows. All right. The Texas defense is for real. Anthony Hill knocked a dude out with a punch to the face.
That was wild.
We don't give a shit.
Right.
Dude, we do whatever it takes to win over here, on the 40 acres in God's country, the hills and the rocks. We got them all. So, Texas defense is legit. I'm not too worried about Mateer, the Matador Mateer, whatever his name is.
I don't say that you should be worried about him because I think he's going to beat y'all this year because that game's always up in the air game, except last year. That was pretty obvious. But I say that because I don't think he's going to be good enough to be like a super high draft pick this year, so he's probably going to stay for next year.
Yeah, but I think Arch stays too, so I mean.
Yeah, but respectfully.
Brother, what do you mean? Respectful what?
I started him at fantasy.
Brother, 5 touchdowns. What else do you want?
To throw the ball on time.
I mean, dude, look.
Throwing the feet while he's grimacing.
I mean, the results were better than last week, but he's still late. Like how long was Parker Livingstone on the first one? And I was getting so frustrated hearing that commentator call him Livingston.
Yeah,
brother. English, E at the end of the word, long vowel. Come on.
Hey, that dude's a baller though. 3 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks.
He is.
Parker's a baller.
But you see, I mean, you could see it on the TV when he threw that ball. Like he almost stopped his feet waiting on it. Like I'm in the spot. Like throw me the ball. And a lot of his, like the tight end, when the tight end caught his second touchdown pass, he was open for a minute before he threw it. And it's just those windows, obviously against Ohio State, you found out, but especially once you start the SEC schedule, those windows are not going to be open like San Jose State. So, I mean, I'm sure Sark's going to be on him about it, but I want him to be good because I said he would be, so I don't want to be wrong. But he has to start getting the ball out with some anticipation. I don't even know if that's it or if he's just not seeing it till late. So I can't really tell.
I think it's a mixture of both. And those two plays that you're talking about, the one to Livingstone, the one to the tight end, I think they were both so wide open that he was just like, I don't want to miss the guy. Let me just throw it in his direction and just like make sure I complete the ball, which is fine.
Nice little
But I
two
mean,
ball.
some of the on-time throws he had to make were good. He was late on that dig route to Wingo when he threw it at his feet. That was kind of the only like horrible throw I saw. The post route in the beginning of the game where he overthrew him, Wingo got tangled over that corner. The interception it wasn't. I mean, I guess you could say it was a bad throw because he got hit when he did. It was just a bad decision. Just don't throw it. Like, there's a guy in your face. That guy's double covered. Whether you're trying to throw it out of bounds or not, which I think he said he was, which that's fine. But whatever. Just don't throw that ball. Just scramble. I mean, run out of it or just take the sack. But when he did scramble, he looked way better this game scrambling than he did last game, I thought.
Yeah.
He looked like way more like, hey, if I pull it, I'm going to go. Not like I'm going to pull it. I'm going to try to like come back up, pump fake. I'm going to pull it again. Like he was better about, hey, once it's open, I'm going. And we're going to live with the results. Which he needs to do more of that.
Yeah, and I think Sark. I was surprised. I thought Sark would have called more like designed runs for him to get him going.
I think he's not trying to do that in that type of game just because of injuries.
Yeah,
but I think when they open with Florida to open SEC play, I'm pretty sure we're going to see 5 or 6 design runs.
Backs don't get injured. You saw what happened to Marcel. Whether he's good, his dad said it on the internet.
Hey, coming out of the Texas game, though, we can talk about this for a second. They had a bunch of.
What the fuck are you doing?
Obviously making shit pop in the background. I don't fucking know.
Brother, don't know ball, don't know how to edit. All right, here we go. Back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Texas came out of this game with some bad injuries. DeAndre Moore got hurt. Trey Wisner didn't play, which I'm not sure. They didn't really disclose.
Was he holding all the chains for the whole team or what?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I'm going to be honest with you. I always, like, when I listened to him in interviews, he always came across like I got 2 parents. But
he does.
The look on the television screen, I don't. I was like, you know what? I was trying to think of reasons. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's just holding chains for people who are in the game.
Yeah, they said that afterwards. He was.
All right. Otherwise, y'all's NIL budget's crazy.
Well, brother, I mean,
we didn't make that one. I wonder what Arch got. That would probably buy bars of gold.
I mean, we were the number 1 in revenue last year. I think it was like 370-something million, whatever it was, Nothing crazy is what we do here, at Texas. But anyways, there's some injuries that I'm kind of worried about. I mean, I think they'll all be back by Florida. They should be. But DeAndre Moore went out with injury. Trey Wisner didn't play. Alex January, the defensive tackle, didn't play. Manny Muhammad got up limping once. I was like, God dang, man. Against San Jose, you don't want to be getting these guys injured, but we'll see.
Do you really care if they're back by Florida?
Yeah, I care.
I mean, did we watch Florida? Speaking of
embarrassing.
Another thing I was right about. I said all summer, and you guys can vouch for me. I said all summer, I was like, man, Florida's got the talent. I don't really believe in Sunbelt Billy, but they got the pieces in place to be good. But when I started hearing like the preseason hype of, oh, they might go 8-4 and 9-3 and make it to the playoffs because of how hard their schedule was, I specifically said I feel like there's a step that you have to do when you become like a good team. Like you have to learn how to win, and I feel like Florida has not taken that step yet. They've taken the we can win step, and now we got to learn how to win. And as an A&M fan, I am a professional in knowing that there's a difference between being able to win and knowing how to win. And I was like, man, everybody's just giving them a free pass past that one, and they haven't done that yet. So I don't really think they're going to be that great. I mean, I think at best, I thought they were going to be as good as they were last year. And now that looks like in question. So
they're not as good as they were last year. I said it.
Yeah.
And y'all be like I was crazy. But after that game, I might be right. That might have been one of the hottest takes, and I might be right. Because, yes, they have to learn how to win. And I think Sunbelt Billy, hey, he got to go. You ain't built for
a game. Had to go. They've already put out a statement saying that he's still the coach.
Yeah, but is he the right coach?
No.
That's a ton of resources, has always been talented. You got DJ Lagway, 5-star out of Texas. You got to figure out a way to win games. And I get it. USF's hot coming off that Boise State win. But, brother, what are we doing? You're 17.5-point favorites going into the game. You got snaps over the punter's head. You're not looking like you want it. You look like you walked in there and you thought you were going to win. Hey,
Dude, DJ Lagway
yeah,
looks like a player. DJ Lagway looks like a player who hasn't been getting reps.
Yeah.
oh, 100% he hasn't. He's been
Yeah.
hurt. Got to stay
Oh,
the best availability. We all know that. We all played. You got to be healthy.
some more than others.
Yeah. I mean,
Just so
played is a loose term here.
Okay.
One of us was the
Man,
Whataburger Scholar Athlete of the Year. I don't know what y'all were
I'm
doing,
more a
but
7-on-7 guru.
brother, I
Okay.
was unanimous.
Because I'm shorter. But,
I mean, somebody was all district in 3 sports, but y'all keep going. What were y'all talking about?
I was district champion wrestling. What are you talking about?
Brother, wrestle what? What were you wrestling? Snakes?
No, dude. Fucking people in a higher weight class than me. But that's how I got down,
Yeah, bone density, being half black and all. But
regardless, I'm not half black.
Oh, okay.
Chinese. Regardless, Florida is. I mean, I knew that they were. I mean, I thought they would be about the same. They probably will be about the same. I don't think that they're gonna go on a horrible run, but I think they're way closer to what they were last year than some team that is now on the verge of competing for a playoff spot. And I don't see how.
No.
Again, when you win,
No.
There's a bunch of stuff, but the main thing that I think trips teams up is when you win, and they call it the rat poison. You're listening to this, but when you win, the focus, the importance of you being focused is higher than before you started winning. And the problem is it's counterintuitive because when you start winning, it's so easy to let that slip away. And it takes training and effort and intention in saying, hey, this is where we're susceptible. This is what we have to do to keep it from being that way and for everybody to buy in. And that's not something that happens after you won your first big game. That takes you having it and again taken away from you, and then you realizing the next time I get there, I'm not going to let this stuff happen to me again. So maybe this is that moment where they're going to say, hey, we thought we had it made because all this talent, all the preseason predictions, but the reality is we got to come out here and play every game like it's the national championship game, and maybe they'll go on a run. But I don't think they will. I think 7-5 ish is about what we're going to see out of them again.
It's just their schedule's so tough. So it's even with, I mean, they probably are a better team than they were last year. They're probably, if you said, do they have more talent? The answer is probably yes. Lagway's got more experience coming into year 2. So you would expect them to be better, but it's how much better did they get with that schedule? I mean, now it's even if you did get, say, hey, 10% better, are you going to win those games? Probably not.
Well, but I find them in that group of teams in the SEC. I think about Auburn this way.
South Carolina.
Maybe Mississippi State now, right? But there's a tier in the SEC that I would say is below. It's you got your top tier teams, your LSU's, your Texas, your Georgia, and then you got your second tiers, your Tennessees, your A&Ms, your who am I forgetting? Maybe South Carolina's, right?
Maybe still.
Bama, maybe. And then you got the third tier, but the problem with the third tier is they make up the bulk of most of everybody's schedules, and they're good to beat somebody they're not supposed to at least once, if not twice a year.
Yeah.
So, brother, add effects using hand gestures. Don't ever talk to me again while I'm recording. Boom. Yeah. But yeah, so they're good. That's my worry as an A&M fan. It's we play Auburn, should win, but capable of losing. Florida should win, capable of losing. South Carolina, they didn't look great again. So should win, capable of losing. Lenora Sellers is going to win South Carolina games that they shouldn't have won. 100%. And you just kind of hope it's not your team. When it happens, it's you don't want to be the one holding that hot potato. But there's probably 4 or 5 teams in the SEC like that.
Through the first 2 weeks, though, with Lenora Sellers, I mean, it's not that it looks bad or doesn't look good, but I mean, he's playing lesser competition. It's not like he's balling out or you watch him.
Yeah, but look, he did that last year. He got a lot of nut huggers at the end of the season because they went on a run. But that's how his season went last year. He balled out against Kentucky.
Yeah,
lost, and then they lost against LSU in a heartbreak where he got hurt. And then he had some good performances, but they didn't win. And at the end, he started just dragging them across the line. Aided by a defense with a bunch of NFL talent on it. So I think their defense, while it is I will say they got some playmakers that are better than what I thought they were going to have. The coverage not as bare as I thought. It's still not as good as it was last year. Maybe it'll grow into it, and so I think his job is going to be harder this year. He should be more prepared. I still see that as like an 8-4, like a 7-5 to 9-3, depending on a couple games.
Yeah,
there.
I agree.
So, but that's the nature of the SEC. I mean, it's going to be that's what makes the conference so hard. There's always like 5 to 7 teams that could possibly beat anybody on a given day. And I'm really happy after this weekend that A&M gets to play Mississippi State at home because we have historically struggled in Davis Wade Stadium.
The Cowbells.
That place sucks to go to. I don't know a place in the SEC that doesn't suck to go to, except maybe like Kentucky. Kroger Field, say what you want. It's not like beating down the doors. I don't think Mizzou's particularly hard to play. I think they have a good coach, and they usually have a quality team. That's what makes it hard to play. South Carolina's underrated. Mississippi State's underrated. Jordan Hare's weird. It kind of is underrated, but it's not. It's one of those if you know things. But I think nationally it might be underrated, but I don't think it's underrated like amongst people in the conference. Obviously, the swamp's the swamp, but
that place is haunted if you're looking to do something or if you have a good record.
They're known for. They're like the teams I was talking about, like the third tier team that's going to be maybe good enough to go to a bowl game, maybe just to be above 500, but it's going to beat somebody they're not supposed to. Auburn is like the poster child for that crowd.
Yeah.
Them fans crawl through the hedges just to rush the field. They don't give a damn about what's happening. And that place, hey, if you got something or you're looking at playoffs, or you're looking at, hey, we just got to beat them. We're in the conference championship. Hey, that's a bad place.
You're screwed. Hey, if you gamble, here's like a pro tip. If anybody it's like the second to last or last game of the season, basically if it's the last 3 weeks of the season and you're playing for something and you have to beat Auburn, put the money on Auburn. If you have to take them with the points, that's fine too. But hey, that thing's going to hit like at 85%. So, y'all want to talk about anything else? I mean, I'm sure there's some other stuff we could talk about, but I just wanted to tell Garrett I was right. I was right about Florida. I was right about Arizona State. I was right about Mississippi State. More importantly, I was right about Jeff Lebby. I was right about the score to the Oklahoma game. I was right about how the Oklahoma game would end. I was right about Nico. I really can't think of too many things that I wasn't right about this week.
And then cover the spread.
You had a good
one. I didn't bet them to cover the spread.
Brother, but you told me, and I bet them.
I want to talk about something.
What?
What happened to Oklahoma State?
Oh, God.
Where's the fall off, brother?
Hey, let me tell you this right now. Florida didn't lose to South Florida. We wouldn't be talking about something about Billy losing his job. We were talking Mike Gundy. They need to just find one of those weird. They need to find like a Matthew McConaughey job for him.
Yeah.
Where he just be like the minister of culture and around the team, but he ain't coaching. They need to wrap that.
Looks good. The visor looks good, but
my man was out here showing his nipples at the press conference, talking about they do this with money. God, you got your ass kicked. Which brings me to the point. A lot of people are not really talking about Oregon too much.
I was thinking about that too.
Boy, they look good.
I heard some people say it, but in my head, I don't know if this is the reason, but the way I see it is like, bro, we talk about Oregon all the time, year over year. Ultimately, they keep ending in the same spot, so it's not a new story.
Yeah.
I mean, they're new players, right? I think their quarterback's playing good. Again,
wide receiver.
What competition have they played? We'll see that later. Hey, speaking of, if you're going to watch, if you have nothing else to do, this is the best thing about this year so far for me in college football. If you have nothing else to do, you've watched your team, you've won or lost, whatever. There's still money to be made, so we're betting the Pacific games. Watching Washington's games is the best thing to do at night. I mean, their defense ain't worth the fuck, which is great.
Yeah, they're not.
Which is great because it allows their first team offense to almost never get subbed out. And their first team offense is so fun to watch. The quarterback is so good. The running back is so good. The receiving core is good. And obviously,
Boston
is the main one. Another thing I was right about, told you guys, those three guys are dogs. I think I think the running back might be the best running back in the country.
Mr. Coleman.
Really?
He put
Oh,
up
and, hey,
44.
another thing I was right about. Time out to you, Garrett. I'm gonna go. Reese. Another thing I was right about.
Cost me a dub.
Say it.
Garrett sucks at fantasy football
Brother,
He
I
does.
scored 220 points and lost. I'm
and got your ass kicked.
sweet.
I told you, give me the best one you got. And then, like a son who hit puberty and thought he was tough, you got back to reality. Now get out of here,
Brother, I scored the second most highest points.
brother. I don't deal with
220
that.
and lost. Your guy scored 40-something points to beat me. I mean,
I
it is.
knew they would. I knew this is the best thing about it, and I shit you not. I'm sitting
Our
there.
running back went out of the game for Minnesota, Mr. Darius Taylor.
Yeah, I knew he was frail. He ain't got no heart.
And
Yeah.
Rail.
He's a bad
what do you
culture
mean?
guy.
Why'd he go out of the game then? He's frail,
Nah, dude, good hit.
brother. When I was growing up, hard body. You go out there, and unless it's sticking out the body, you're good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I told y'all, but I looked at the score and I said, look at Garrett's team trying to do a little something, overachieving.
Oh, they were balling.
And I looked down and I said, oh, okay. I got 2 players left. He got no players left. It's the receiver, Mr. Boston. It's the running back, Mr. Coleman. He's a dead man walking because them guys are going to walk 40 points. They're going to walk 40 points.
Well, who knows when you're playing? Who they play? UC Irvine?
No, Cal Davis. But that's not the point.
Dang, they suck.
I knew that, sir, because it says it, who the player is, who they're playing, and what time. I said, hey, we're playing a bum school who's going to, the defense on Washington's bad enough to where they're going to score, so they're not going to get subbed out early. Now, did I think they were all going to come by 5 touchdowns from one guy? No, I thought it'd be like a touchdown or 2 from the receiver, maybe like 78, 100 yards, and then the running back would have like 130 and 2 or 3.
I slept good last night. Woke up this morning pissed.
Brother, that's how we do people. We
I
put them.
said, what?
Sometimes we sometimes we beat you so bad. Sometimes in the Hockley Hoot Owls organization, sometimes we'll beat you so bad because we don't like you and we want to put an emphasis on you. But you're my man.
Well,
not in a way.
Look, every week we play each other. We're the 2 highest scoring
I'll put you to sleep tonight.
Plus is going to be higher than the
back and forth.
It's a scheduling.
In Asia.
It's a scheduling conflict.
It's not a scheduling conflict, brother. It's a coaching
body.
The Hockley Hoot Owls we're more disciplined. I'm the Nick Saban of fantasy. Okay.
Well, I'm like the let me see. Nah.
You're like a Kalen DeBoer.
Might lose.
You're Kalen DeBoer of fantasy football, bro.
Dude, you're Kalen DeBoer of fantasy football. A lot of talent, not a lot of production.
Yeah, no, ain't no Kalen DeBoer.
I mean, all right, dude. He's not bankrupt, but we'll keep going. Josh, next topic.
Whatever y'all want to talk about, dude. I already won.
Hey, I know what we need to talk about. We need to talk about
bye week this week in fantasy football. I'm gonna let whoever's playing against me win. I want to keep it competitive.
Hey, I know what we need to talk about. We need to talk about the spread for the A&M Notre Dame game.
Oh yeah, dude, the early spread, 6.5 points.
Minus 6.5 Notre Dame. Me personally, I don't like it. I think A&M's going to cover. I don't know if they're going to win, but I do not see Notre Dame winning by more than a touchdown.
I'm going to be honest with you. What's the under? Did they put that out yet?
Garrett, stats and info.
Huh?
48.5 is the over-under.
I probably take the over.
I think that's a good number.
I think so, too. I'm thinking 31-24 game.
I don't think it's going to be as low scoring as it was last year.
No. I don't either. A&M's
I don't think A&M's defense has been weird this year. Like, they can play. I don't know if you guys saw at the end when they had the backups in and they gave up like a bullshit touchdown and then Utah State was back driving. I mean, the game was in hand. It was like a 3-possession game. And they're driving. It's like less than 2.5 minutes left. And 2-minute warning hits. And Mike Elko, the camera, this is what I love. The thing I hate about like these it's the SEC network, so it's ESPN, but the smaller broadcast is that the commentators suck. But the thing I love about them is they suck at their jobs. So they'll leave a hot mic on. You just hear Mike Elko, get the fuck over here right now. Hurry the fuck up. Dude, he's so pissed. And then after the game, He was
Nickel.
either pissed or he was fucking concerned because he's like, yeah, how was Marcel Reed? He's fine. But he didn't even barely let her finish her sentence. He's fine.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
So, hey, I'm concerned Marcel Reed maybe not fine.
Well, let's hope he is.
His dad, he's good. Mike Elko said him and who was it, Trey Zoom, went out. They were both available to come back if they needed them, but they didn't want to fuck around with it because they knew they had the game in hand. I hope that's the truth because I'm going to be honest with you. I look like I was right about Marcel too. It's hard to tell against the people we've been playing, so we'll find out against Notre Dame. But that's the beauty of college football is you don't have to be the most accurate passer in the world to be effective as a quarterback.
No.
You know, as long as you just take the tools you have, and as long as you have some athleticism about you, you can make things work. You don't even have to be like the best running quarterback either. The problem is Marcel Reed's nasty at running the ball.
He
And
is.
good enough passer to hurt you.
Here's what I think, and I've been telling Reese about this. I think Mike Elko has been playing chess instead of checkers. I think he's saying,
and keep it vanilla on purpose.
"You're right. I think we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Oh, they look a little porous. Oh, they're not covering. Oh, they're giving up points against UTSA and Utah State." But I think they're saving it for this game because I think he's going to have multiple different looks, and none of that's been on film. And they're going to go out there, and their defense can say, "Hey, we are good." I think
agree with
everything tight knit because I think the offense is going to be good. Mario Craver's been excellent. Casey Concepcion's been excellent. I mean, the running back room, everybody knows what it is. I ain't going to say anything. The offensive line's back. They're healthy. Marcel Reed may have taken the next step.
Looking good.
But I think that defense, I think they want people to think, hey, we're porous. We can do that. Hey, psych, we're going to show you one look. We're going to do something else. Boom, interceptions. Because I think whoever wins a turnover battle in that game is ultimately going to win the game.
Like you mean like every other college football game?
I think you just a bunch of horseshit. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
On the road.
Tell them, and then I'll tell them in a nicer way.
Let me tell you the truth, because that was a bunch of horseshit. He might be keeping like the coverages a little vanilla, or keeping this little vanilla. But at the end of the day, you're playing UTSA and Utah State, and there's still mistakes they're making that have nothing to do with play calling, like not fitting gaps correctly, letting runs leak out when they shouldn't be, getting like a little loose in coverage at times. So those things, no matter what play you're calling, need to be better if you're going to beat Notre Dame. I'm not saying they can't be.
Defensive play is designed to keep people from gaining yards. Yeah. So if they're gaining yards,
I'm not saying that obviously that he's not throwing his best stuff out there. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's still football. And when you're playing football, no matter what you're calling, if you're the better team and you're the better player and the better athlete, you can be making the better play. So, I mean, I'm sure there will be more exotic looks from Elko against Notre Dame, but the defense, I mean, they're going to have to prove it. And this is it's a good week to do it. Because I think, Notre Dame, young quarterback, their offense didn't look great against Miami. So it's not like you're going up against, Oregon. But, I mean, it's a good test. And they're going to find out, where they're at.
Dude, I 100% agree with Reese.
Yeah, Garrett, you don't know ball, brother. This is what we're telling you.
Obviously, the ball knowers.
I
think Garrett's interpretation of what's happening is the most optimistic fan point of view you could have.
I want to be off.
I agree with Reese because I think obviously he's not showing them all his curveballs, his sinkers, his sliders. They're just fastballs and moving it around the batter's box. These are basic. If you get a hold of one, you get a hold of one, but fuck it. But if you think Mike Elko does not expect his base defensive packages to be able to stop most things, they're based not because they can't stop things. They're based because they're not going to confuse people.
Yeah.
We're lining up in quarters. There is nobody coming. We're just rushing 4. We're lining up in cover 2. Rushing 4. We're lining up in cover 3. Rushing 4. Buzz, cloud, man, 2-man. All the stuff, it's all basic coverages. We're not disguising anything pre-snap, post-snap. Right? But that doesn't mean that we should be superior to the point where I can call a regular cover 2 defense and we should be able to defend almost everything, maybe not like a 5-wide empty backfield look. But almost everything else, 3 receivers and lefts, we should be good on. But we're not. So if you think Mike Elko's like, hey, let me let them gain a couple yards on this one, y'all play at like 3/4 speed, you're crazy. You saw how pissed he was? It was literally about to fucking have a heart attack on the field. So I do think he'll break out some stuff that they haven't seen. Do I think that him and Colin Klein have both been keeping the play calls relatively, vanilla?
Vanilla, you
Yeah,
will.
I'm sure. But the problems we're having on defense is not some grand scheme to like outwit 3D chess beat Notre Dame. They're just problems that need to be fixed. So
Well, then get it done, quickly.
Hey, here's a real question though: if Notre Dame loses this game and they start 0-2, I mean, what does their season look like? What does it look like for? I like Marcus Freeman. I think he's a good coach. But I mean, you start 0-2 at Notre Dame.
it's over. It's over now. Move over. It's
You're playing two good teams. So that's tough to say it's over because the rest of their schedule is not necessarily difficult.
Notre Dame they better
They're
figure it out. They better figure out resources. They better figure out recruiting. They're doing better, but they can't afford to take a step back because Marcus Freeman is going to be the hottest fucking candidate on the planet. He's not young. He's older than I am, but he relates to the young people well. You can tell.
The players
Yeah, the players like him.
love them.
He's high character. He's a great coach. He's a great mentor and developer of people, not just doing stuff at a high level but doing things the right way because it's the right way to do them. And so he's gonna, I mean, if you think Alabama won't come up there and drop a bag on his doorstep, and then now I have a conference to protect me and give me more leverage into the playoffs, and now I got more resources, and now I got there's more desire to play here because I'm in the best conference in the country. If you think that they won't come out there and poach him, you're crazy.
I think Alabama. I think Florida could
Mhm.
definitely.
Florida be another one.
I bet he would bag it in Florida.
Yeah.
And
So many dollars. Florida.
Decide Ryan Day's out.
Yeah.
He's an easy candidate to just come.
Speaking of coaching, another person, if we ever had to get rid of Mike Elko, there's only a handful of coaches that, like, off the top of my head, I say Marcus Freeman's one of them.
Who do you think?
I would want.
Sark.
Huh? What'd you say, Garrett?
Reese, put your fingers down. Who you think?
Brother, Sarkisian. Y'all would take him. We all know it.
He's
Garrett,
going to go after Kalen DeBoer's out there.
Brother, he's not leaving Texas because of God's country.
I want to know who Boyer thinks is going to be a good candidate to replace Mike Elko if he's not the right coach.
After they
Brandon
go 7-5.
Brown.
All right, go.
Brand Brown. The more I watch this guy, I love this guy. I love him. Did y'all see what he did? After his team won, it was a sloppy game. If he would have listened to Vegas, it was going to be like that because the spread was crazy. I took Connecticut with the points on one of them, and it was looking good for a minute.
Making them run.
Yeah, he made them run sprints after the game. Told you didn't want to run during the game, and go watch that interview.
You going to run now?
He said they didn't want, it's just, I was always told that either you're coaching it or you're allowing it. So obviously I'm allowing it, and I got to put my foot down. We're not going to do stuff like that. We're going to run to the huddle. We're going to run out of the huddle. We're going to, run to the ball. We're going to have no jogging. I mean, everything this guy has said.
Whiskey break.
Get your whiskey break, brother. And he toes the line between players coach and coaches coach very well. Right? He hit you with the $2 million a year. That's the homie in Ohio State. Ain't paying no receiver no $2 million a year. When Trevor Pena bounced to Penn State, right? And then he's with the Dabo stuff. Dabo, we got you in. Like, he's fun to be around, but he's also like about the business, and we're gonna do stuff the right way. And I would love if he wasn't in Syracuse and I didn't hate the state of New York, I would love to send my kid up there to play for him.
Well, I think you'd fit great in like a Southern culture. Just
that sounds racist. We got to cut that. What the fuck?
Thanks for stopping me, Reese. I was just about to say the food, brother.
Water. We ain't eating cheese curds and having fucking bacon, eggs, and cheese and chopped cheese.
They got wings up there, brother.
Brother, we got wings down here from Mexican restaurants. So who cares?
All right, whoa. We're gonna show some respect. If some New Yorker told me about their tacos, I'd laugh in their face. So I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the wings down in Texas.
All right.
We're gonna show some respect.
Hey, wings last night. Let me tell you what, from a Mexican joint, and them motherfuckers were fire. So
but you're poor, brother. So you got to buy poor people.
Where's my $22.50? I keep hearing this stuff.
The player transfer's coming soon, brother. You just relax. Tell Texas to cover some motherfucking points, and then maybe I can get y'all both a player transfer.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So
Makes no amount of sense, brother. You got to build the bank, to make the bank. Everybody knows when you gamble, the bigger the bank, the better your odds are.
No one knows that.
Everybody, you can lose more,
The odds are the odds, brother. No matter if you have a lot of money or a little bit of money.
brother. But you can't put a lot of money on good odds if you don't have a lot of money.
Well, brother, get a lot of money. Aren't you a full-time income household?
There's one of us, brother.
Dual income.
There's dual income my ass. One home with 4 people.
Brother, you get to
my best.
What else popped off, dude? I'm about to pull up the score so we can see other stuff so we can go over.
Hey, also, while you do that, Josh, I'm going to the casino this weekend. I'm going to Louisiana. I'm going to be doing some gambling. So if anyone watching this wants to, give me some locks of the week, give me some parlays they want me to bet on, I'll probably be
dude, got so much.
At least 1,000. I mean, it's not gambling unless you spend a band. So I'll probably pull out, 1,000 or 2. So y'all let me know what y'all want me to bet on. I'll bet it. We'll record it. We'll do what we got to do.
Kansas State.
Have we talked about how Garrett was wrong about Arizona State and I was right about Mississippi State?
Well, brother, they lost 1 game. It's all right.
We talked about it briefly, but I don't think we talked about also how Garrett tried to tell me that Tyson Chicken Nuggets was one of the best receivers in the country, and Sam Levi was one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Top 7.
And they lost to Mississippi State.
That's your king, brother, right here. Your king. Now look, Kansas State is bad, brother.
Bad.
They're worse than I thought. I thought they would be. I didn't think they were going to win the Big 12, but I think I had them at like an 8-4, 7-5-ish team. I thought they were going to, but they'll be lucky to go to the bowl game.
Yeah,
they're 1.5. I'm not taking that. Or excuse me, they're dogs by 1.5. I'm taking Arizona to win by more than 1.5. They were horrendous.
Yeah, they're bad, and 1.5. That's close. Speaking of close games, the Baylor Bears. It happened. That's the game I was right about. I said I thought it was going to be a shootout, but we know Baylor can move the offense against defenses tougher than what SMU is going to present, and ultimately win. Now it was closer than I originally thought. I thought they would pull it out by like 6 in regulation, but I mean, talk about pissing down your leg.
SMU, God,
the kicker pissed down his leg. Yeah,
the Baylor defender pissed down his leg first by giving up that fucking penalty. That targeting penalty, boom. Then their kicker pissed down his leg once at the end of the 4th quarter and then once in overtime. And Baylor just never went away.
Team with 3 or 3-5, whatever. You're up 14 in the 4th quarter with less than half the time to go. You lost.
Yeah.
As a team, you lost.
The thing is, while you were beating the drum of Sam Levi, one of us was beating the drum of Sawyer Robinson.
The Baylor Bear.
Sawyer. That's country people say it, Sawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like Tom Sawyer. Some people know about him, some don't.
Yeah. And Kevin Jennings, brother, you should have called me before the game. I would have told you step out there in a running back face mask, go and fucking throw the ball like a running back, brother.
I hate
that shit. Grow up.
Pull it off. I hate it.
I hate this, brother. Respectfully to Reese, I hate this Gen Z shit. I'm tired of seeing
this. Hold on.
Tired of seeing this shit.
Brother, where's the new ball?
Fucking running back face mask. It's already bad enough the linemen wear them.
You don't wear robots when you're under center.
We're trying to see the field.
Yeah, brother.
And
Eagles.
You ever heard of RoboCop? That's what we're looking for here. Full vision.
Hey, I do think SMU will be one of those teams in the ACC that beats the people they probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
because they can't score points.
They can play spoiler.
Kevin Jennings will get better as the season goes along. And they had that game against Baylor. I was watching it. I was pissed because I picked Baylor to win.
Was I the only one whose TV was loud as fuck on that only channel?
What'd you say?
Was I the only one whose TV was loud as fuck on that one channel?
Oh, mine was too.
Like, I'd flip like from the Texas game or the A&M game to that game, and it would be like loud as shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with the CW? But whatever.
Yeah, I think SMU will be one of those teams that probably, I think they'll upset somebody just so they can score the ball. Now their defense,
liability.
Yeah, not good.
That's the nicest way to say that. Who else? Illinois looked good versus Duke.
Yeah, that was surprising. I thought Duke was going to keep that game close.
I thought they would have kept it close. They seemed to kind of like the first quarter.
Yeah.
1.75 quarters. And then it just got away from them. Anything?
Luke Altmaier.
Tennessee looks like they're not fucking around.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Tennessee. I know they played East Tennessee, but fuck me, man.
Josh Heupel got the boys right.
Who did they got? They got Georgia this week. Is that right?
Yeah. I want to be honest with you. I want to see the spread because I might sprinkle. I think it was 7 when I looked at it.
I saw 7.5 earlier.
But I want to sprinkle it on Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee with the points because I think they're going to points. This Joey Aguilar guy seems like the kind of guy to me that could throw a pick and then hit you for like a 57-yard touchdown over the top like 2 plays later. Like he has no just shooter mentality. Like, hey, just keep shooting until you make one.
We got -7 by Georgia, 49.5 going into Neyland Stadium. That might be a trap.
Yeah.
But there ain't going to be no trap because you're going to see it coming.
Thinking, good.
I told you guys about call. I mean, they didn't play anybody. They played Cal Poly, but they did what you're supposed to do to those kind of teams, 63-9.
Watch this week.
Who else? Ole Miss, dude. You know, y'all.
That was a good game.
I was high on Austin Simmons coming in the season. I still am high on him, but he's got to like stop with the boneheaded bullshit. It's almost. I don't even know if it is. So I don't. But I'm just saying, perception from the outside, it looks like he's like trying to do things in a certain style and fashion to where it look like just be effective. I don't give a fuck how it looks. Like, I'm not gonna mention any names, but there's a quarterback I'm familiar with. There's a quarterback I'm familiar with who has the ability to push the ball down the field, to throw good, accurate passes, but you have to like drag like the technique out of them. Because if you leave it to him, it's just all day. And like you have to like, hey, step into your throw, put some velocity on it, turn your hips. Like you're having to like it's every day you have to tell him this stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna mention any names, but every day you have to tell him. And when he does it, great.
Yeah.
But he has to be told. And if you leave it up to him, he's just gonna just arm it out there. I mean, I'm not even, to be serious, I'm not even bullshitting you. There was a bubble being thrown, and it was like a 3-ball. Because it's just, step, throw, strong arm, get it there. We throw 1-balls too, get it there. So that's how Austin Simmons comes across to me. It's like, he has the ability to do things, but it's not like he doesn't do it on his own.
He passes the ball so harder than him. I don't mind and go, but he is go. I don't like that, especially being from a left-handed quarterback. I don't like the.
I think he's gonna be fine.
He's got the arm talent. Mental game.
But I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. He's going to be your quarterback's favorite quarterback.
I think he'll be fine going forward, but he's got to clean up some stuff. I mean, Arch does too. He's kind of the same way. Like the talent's there, the arm talent's there, all the ability you want, the height. They're big, they're strong, they're physical. But I mean, if he gets it cleaned up, Ole Miss could be scary. That defense got some things to work on though. They got to clean some stuff up on defense.
I want to give a special middle finger to Texas Tech, who did not cover the 48.5 by a half goddamn point. Always crying and bitching about how they're like basically the third estate of the state of Texas. You know, when it comes to like the big college football teams, it's like Texas A&M and Texas Tech. Well, brother, cover the damn 48.5. Especially, didn't they put up 48 by half?
Yeah, it was 48-0, I think, at half.
At halftime. I mean, God, dude.
Wet the bed.
Every time, and I want you to know, I have never been burned except for UT. I have never been burned more by a single team than Texas Tech. Every time I'm like, man, I don't know, man, Texas Tech might really, really like that. They got their ass kicked, what was it, a couple years ago by like Washington State? Was that last year? Washington State come down and beat them? I
think it was last year.
Now, don't get me wrong. I had Washington State was my preseason to like go to the college football playoff because I thought they had an easy schedule if they could beat Boise. But Texas Tech, I think they were like a 2-touchdown underdog at home or some crap like that. I was like, man, there ain't no way you're coming into Texas Tech and beat them. Put money on that, lost. Every time I try to put money on them to cover, I lose. So
Yeah.
the only people, I think Texas has me for about 2,500 right now, but they got to be close. They got to be like 18, maybe $1,900.
Here's the thing about Texas too. When it comes to these games that they're supposed to win and then don't cover the spread, it's like, I mean, this game, for example, you're going in to score, about to cover the spread, and you fumble on the 10-yard line. It's like, fuck, man. Like, what are we doing?
Good job.
Brother, shout out to Coach Prime. He won his
Yeah.
first game without his son at quarterback. Shout out to him.
Weren't they playing, who'd they play? Someone horrible.
Delaware, the Blue Hens.
Delaware. The Blue Hens, the Fighting Blue Hens, they suck.
Yeah,
Colorado,
the Fighting Joe Flacco's.
Colorado sucks, but, whatever. We'll move on.
What else? Kansas, Missouri. I can't believe we haven't talked about this so far.
Oh, yeah.
It did ultimately turn out the way I thought it would. Like, I thought Missouri would win. I thought Missouri would win. I thought it would be a back and forth game. I thought it would be an exciting game. It was all those, but it was just more back and forth than I thought. Like, it was very, very far back and then very, very far forth.
Yeah, because wasn't it, 21-6?
It was it was like 20-6. And then Missouri just went on like a campaign in the second quarter. I think the only play that Kansas ran in the second quarter was a turnover play, and all the other plays were ran on offense by Missouri the entire quarter, which is great. They ended up finishing it like 20-20 going into halftime, and then obviously at that point it was a fresh ball game going into the second half, and Missouri pulled away. It's kind of played out how I thought it would in terms of the home field advantage mattering in the end, but definitely kudos to Missouri because the home field advantage was gone when you were down 20.
Yeah.
So kudos to them for like just how they say chopping a tree one swing at a time, and getting back into the ball game by halftime, and then really being able to not let up in the second half.
Hey, I do like Missouri's quarterback.
Yeah.
Trabula.
He can make plays.
Beulah.
I mean, he's not, a generational talent by any means, but he's kind of like, what's his name from Iowa State, Rocco Beck.
Yeah.
It's like finds a way to make a few plays here and there. Win games that you're like, I mean, he didn't play great, but he made plays when he needed to. But, we can talk about that game too, Iowa State, Iowa. I mean, it's kind of a boring game, but.
Well, it's never a boring game. It's the Cyhawk Trophy. Now, hey, look, I will tell you this. I'm going to put this out there. I don't actually dislike either team. I have always had more of a fondness for Iowa. Really ever since Drew Tate played there, and he's from Baytown, but they're just, man, they suck. They need to find. I know the guy's a legend, and he's done so much for the program, but they need a fresh, they need a new beginning. They need an updated offense. They need a different recruiting strategy. Like Iowa needs to become cool again. Yeah. Notre Dame was in this same situation when Brian Kelly left. Right? It was getting stagnant, and it actually wasn't even in this bad of a situation because at least they've had some success. But Notre Dame was clearly behind the times in terms of recruiting and being appealing to the young people. And Iowa, unless you just grew up an Iowa fan or you're trying to play big time college football and that's your biggest offer, who's choosing Iowa? Iowa's choosing their people, right? The ones that they can. And so they could be so badass. They got cool colors, they got cool stadium. People care about football there.
Children's Hospital. That's an awesome.
They wave to the kids.
Yeah, the children.
Yeah, I love that.
But man, they need they need to just start over.
You got to get 4 points.
Yeah. I got the perfect candidate.
But you got to score.
Who?
Billy Napier. Get him up there. He'll get the. No, I mean Fran Brown. Get Fran Brown up there.
Where's Go?
Take it? I don't know if he would take it.
Go up there.
Who?
Go.
Jimbo?
No, I said go. G-O.
Oh, the UNLV guy. What's his name?
UNLV.
Did he go to like one of the Carolina schools?
I think he went to Sacramento State.
That's the one.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. Who the fuck went to Sacramento State from UNLV?
That's what I'm saying. UNLV guy.
There's a lot of guys going to Sacramento State. They're trying to get us to the next level, but they need offense. Your defense is good.
Who gives a fuck?
You take the under in every Iowa game, you're probably winning at 70 to 80%. They're not good offensively. They have good tight ends.
I'm going to adopt Iowa as my recreational team, and I'm going to fix their program for them starting now.
All right, let's do it. I'll do it too. I'll jump on that train.
For the people. We'll start like a GoFundMe or something. Brennan Marion. Look him up.
That's the guy.
Info.
Which, you know where he came from?
Oh.
America.
Get your horns up. He was at Texas with Sark. If you don't know, now you know, because I know ball.
Mr. Go-Go.
And then he went to UNLV.
State. Yeah, he's at Sacramento State. They suck.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting a bunch of big names.
Well, big names are ass, brother.
A 4-star or a 5-star going there.
But just because they're big names on the game doesn't mean big names in real life.
Big names in real life, they're getting real people that have played football to go there because they want to move up.
What's their NCAA rating? Tell me now, Garrett. You know.
They're not FBS, brother.
You can pay people now, so people will go do stupid shit. Like, some people don't give a fuck. It's like, I'm going to play college ball. Good enough to go to the league either way. I'm just going to go make money.
They want to get up there.
Well, hey, good for them. Fucking South Florida's trying to get in the fucking Power 4.
Well, they got Miami this week, so we'll find out.
Why do you think they're building a fucking 40,000 person or capacity stadium on campus? Think about it.
You got to know ball, brother.
They want to join the SEC.
Also, another deep ball pool. Obviously,
Garrett, that happened. I was joking.
Garrett doesn't know, but I know. Josh probably knows.
Yeah,
the guy that was tearing up your team, Garrett, Arizona State, Brennan Thompson, also was a Texas guy first, then went to Oklahoma, now at Mississippi State, and torched the Levite and the boys.
Brother, look, if their defense was better in the last minute of the game, they would have beat Texas and they would have beat Mississippi State. That's all.
Or they wouldn't beat Texas.
Matthew Golden, 4th and 13. Brother, they gave it up.
But that's nothing to do with being good or bad on defense. That's to do with that you're facing a better player.
Brother, what does it have to do with your offense, your quarterback, your guy, not scoring a solitary point, not even getting in field goal range and converting a field goal attempt in the entire first half of the game?
Oh, look.
And also, when they lost,
a bigger impact, the last minute and a half of the game or the first 30 minutes of it?
And when they lost to Texas last year, he threw the pick to lose the game. So let's be for real.
Yeah, grow up.
Andrew Makuba, some people call him Koo. I call him Andrew.
This is your top 10 guy?
Safety for the best team in the National Football League.
Brother, you told me.
Yeah, brother, because he went to Texas.
10. Look at this face. Is that face top 10?
That's a young picture of him. Show him now.
I can't show him now. He's been crying. I didn't want to put them puffy eyes on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got them Carson Beck eyes.
Right. He is. He's wiping it with hundos.
Oh, man.
He ain't wiping it with shit, all right? He's wiping it with, we suck. That's what he's wiping it with.
Garrett, stats and info. Find Sam Levitt's mailing address or P.O. box, wherever he gets his fan stuff. I want to send him a cowbell.
Oh, we should do that. Sponsored by BallKnowers&GK podcast.
I'm not going to sign myself off to that because I still believe in Sam Levitt and what he can do.
Your stats and info, look it up.
Brother, I don't know if you can find that on the internet.
Brother, I'm sure he has a place people can send him fan information. Like, hey, I was watching you while I was in the hospital with cancer. I love you so much, Sam. Have a great season. Like, there's got to be somewhere that you can send shit like that.
Maybe we can do like a Make-A-Wish deal where we get like a fake, kid to go in there and really he just delivers them a cowbell.
They probably got a weird law against that. Faking a Make-A-Wish situation.
I mean, brother, we'll get a real one in, and we'll send him in there with a cowbell.
Well, Arizona State's football. It's a P.O. Box 87013-103, Tempe, Arizona.
That's what
857 if y'all want to send them some cowbell.
We'll send him a cowbell.
How many players are on the team? Probably like 100?
Give or take.
How much do you think 100 cowbells will cost?
Probably like 100.
I want to personalize them with their numbers. We'll get somebody paint their numbers on them, like a pep rap.
Oh, that's what we'll do. We'll send him $800 worth of cowbells.
I think if you get it off Temu or AliExpress, you might be able to get them a little cheaper. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Brother,
yeah,
we're not
We'll
poor.
get bells over. Let's do that.
we'll
Brother,
get
not
off
all of us are bank.
Alibaba TikTok shop where it's real cheap, but we pay like $7,000 in shipping. I hate that fucking shop.
I bet. Golly.
All right, dude. Let me look at the schedule. I'm gonna make sure because fuck, man, I feel like I'm forgetting something big, large.
Did we talk about Clemson barely sneaking out against Troy?
Are they bad?
They might be.
Are they? Is Clemson a bad team?
Somebody said they ain't going to be in the ACC championship, and it wasn't either one of y'all.
But you said Georgia Tech was going to be, so that
Yeah.
discredits the
Georgia
argument.
in Miami.
To be honest with you, my trepidation over what you said had less to do with who wasn't in it and more to do with who was in it.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to. I mean, hey, I'm
Florida
talking.
State. Florida State's better than Georgia Tech.
Say that one more time.
Florida State is better than Georgia Tech.
They're probably better than Miami.
They're probably better than Miami.
Maybe.
I mean, I know they played a bullshit team this week, but
we tried to listen to you. This is what we got. We tried to listen to you.
That's a handsome man that can sling the gun, brother.
All right, dude. So now you're making.
Look, I'm not doing your left wing pro LGBT whatever.
Left wing, brother. Sporting plays.
I can't hear you.
I don't think liberals shoot the pew-pews. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? Black people shoot other people all the time.
Yeah, Chicago. Have you heard that?
Illegally. Okay, we're talking about. y'all are going left field.
Well, really, you lied. Anyway, that's not important. Back on track because the track is back. Colorado, App State, UTSA. They lost. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought they were a pretty good ball club. Texas State, maybe they're for real. We talked about Kansas State, how they suck. Avery Johnson.
We talked about how he was bad. I don't know if they're bad as a team, or I think he just might.
Oh, they're bad team.
They're bad as a group.
Their defense looked okay week 0.
When Avery Johnson isn't bad, when he's not bad, the receivers make up for it.
Yeah.
He had a fucking wide open touchdown pass in the end zone. The guy fucking went to the ground and couldn't hold on to it. So they suck a lot.
And he's not good.
Yeah.
Brother. If you don't know ball, just say I don't know ball.
Brother, I watched it.
Right.
I told you it was the worst game of the week. And they lost.
It was a good game.
No, that wasn't the worst game. It was a close game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Well, they were all my worst. I mean, both teams were bad. And they lost against a bad team. So if you're bad and you lose against a bad team, what's that make you?
The worst game of the week from my, just off the top of my head that I'm thinking about was probably the North Carolina-Charlotte game. Because it was largely inconsequential. Bill Belichick did win. It was boring, 20-3. 3 scores, unless it's a close game, 3 scores over 4 quarters is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
If the other team's not scoring. So, Toledo, Western Kentucky, man, I thought their offense would put up more points against Toledo. Is Toledo sitting on a little treasure trove over there or what?
The Fighting Rockets? I don't know. They might be.
Nebraska, fucking beat the fuck out of their people.
Yeah.
Only bring it up because the spread was 34 and they won by 68.
Yeah. Raiola, good number.
I don't know about Raiola. I'm still off that train. We did the buy, sell, and hold last week. I'm off of him. I don't think.
Right. What about USC giving up 20 to Georgia Southern? We think that's a big deal? I mean, Jaden Maeva threw for over 400 yards. They scored, 59, but still.
Cool, Lincoln Riley defense.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know what game we haven't talked about? Boston College and Michigan State. That was a fun game to watch. 2 overtimes.
The Fighting Bill Belichick. I'm sorry, Billy O'Brien's.
Yeah, Billy O's. Boston College, I never believe in them, just as a rule of thumb.
They're a new team, brother.
If you're outside of Fran Brown, if you're from Delaware or further up north on the East Coast somewhere, I have no respect for your program at all.
You don't know.
So I just kind of pretend y'all don't exist.
Yeah.
And they don't get much better south of Delaware to be honest with you, until you hit about Tennessee. So
Yeah.
just be clear. But that being said, Michigan State over the first 2 weeks of the season have been a fun team to watch. They're kind of like a lesser talented, at least on offense, Washington. Like I enjoy watching their games. They're always interesting. They're never blowouts, right? One way or another, because I don't think their defense is good enough to stop people, and their offense is talented enough to where they can score on people. So it just makes for a good neutral watching game. But 2 overtimes to pull it out in the end, I believe. Boston College traveled to them, so they had the advantage in that. But Michigan State, problem is they're in Central Time, so they play in the good time slot. So it's not as easy as like Washington to watch them.
Yeah.
My UNLV preseason group of 5 take is still alive, barely, right? After week 1 and week 2 by the skin of the teeth, but it's still alive. God, Nico, you suck.
Yeah.
UCLA, you suck, but Nico, you suck because it's like you ever been in trouble because you're hanging out with your buddies and they do something and you didn't really have anything to do with it, but you're just in it.
Guilty by association, my friend.
Yeah, but it's worse because Nico was not even associated with these people, and then he fucking forced himself into the association.
He put himself in that predicament.
So it's like when you hate where you work at and you quit and you come back, like you knew what you were coming back to. Like it wasn't a secret that UCLA sucked. It wasn't a secret the level of talent they had. It wasn't a secret that they weren't the recruiting class or transfer class coming in wasn't crazy. I mean, he went there in the spring.
Yeah.
So it's not like and not even like at the very beginning, like January. Like he went there, like I believe, like middle of the transfer portal. So you knew pretty much what they had. You knew how much resources they had to get other players, and you knew who was coming in recruiting wise, and you chose that. I mean, you're an idiot. And I believe his options were limited because he thought he was going to get more burn than he did nationally.
I mean, he's got to be the biggest fumble of NIL since it started, huh? I mean, who else?
I mean, unless you're going to do weird like mental gymnastics, like say Quinn, because he could have had $7 million.
Yeah.
But I mean, he didn't really fumble it; he just denied it.
Yeah, and he went to.
Let me put this into perspective for some of those that understand it. He went from working for UPS or FedEx to driving for Swift. That's what he did. He signed himself up for it. He knew what he was leaving. He left the SEC to go to the fucking Big Ten, but a Big Ten team that ain't really is still a Pac-12 team is the way they play. Really, they might be SWAC or American Athletic because they ain't good. And he left a good situation with one of the best home atmospheres with a great head coach and Mr. to take his ass west, go back home, and they're trash.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to go West Coast, why go there? I mean,
that's all that would take.
Be the starter, as he put in the note for
either there or go to Appalachian State. Lead to them. But I mean,
he was an above average college quarterback last year. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad.
I think he was an average college quarterback last year.
Yeah, you talk about Sam Levitt riding behind Cam Scatterboot. He rode behind Dylan Sampson.
I mean, but let's be real. There was better programs that would have taken him if he wasn't such a cunt about it. Shit.
Yeah, and he didn't do it, and the timing was off. He could have been a cunt about it in before Christmas.
Yeah,
and he would have went somewhere else for sure.
Yeah,
but that's what makes it a fumble. Self-awareness. You have to have that. He was complete. I mean, I want to be respectful because I know in the Polynesian culture, respecting your parents, blase, very important.
Whether you're not Polynesian.
Brother, whether I am or not, I know in the culture that it's placed at a higher value than others. But at some point, when we get to the bread, the money, the cheese, the chicken, we got to separate, especially when we're adult, 18 plus. We got to, all right, I know you want me to do this, Dad, but ultimately, this is a bad decision financially. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And, let it be a lesson, dude. Listening to the wrong people, whether it's your father, whether it's your cousin, your manager you hired, whoever, listening to the wrong people, taking bad advice. Look at these college kids, man. You can't rely on people to be smart enough to help you out. I mean, I'm not saying you can't rely on people ever, but you need to be smart enough to know what's going on. You need to be smart enough to be objective about where you stand and what's going on. Otherwise, you're subject to getting fleeced, whether they're doing it on purpose or maybe they genuinely think it's the best thing for you. And it just happens to be really horrible advice. So,
Coach
they
A.
need to have an NIL summit like they do for the rookie symposium for the NFL.
Yeah.
They need to have an NIL summit for these kids where, people, once you enter the clearinghouse, you have to sign up for this thing.
Yeah.
And then you go and you sit down, and then they could pay Nico $5,000 to come out for a day and tell his story.
Hey, Coach JB said it best. Ignorance is life threatening. And what it was ignorant.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Cost you a bunch of money. Let me tell you what, brother. Ain't no NFL scouts looking at you saying, "Oh yeah, we need to make that guy our franchise dude." You cost yourself a bunch of money.
Let me ask you this: does Washington's quarterback does he go somewhere after this year?
I think it depends on how they end the year.
Yeah.
Regardless of the stats, I think it's how they end.
Yeah.
They get into the playoffs.
Is he a senior?
He's on my damn fantasy team. I should know.
He's a senior. No, he's not, brother. Watch your mouth.
He's a junior, I believe.
Jonah Coleman's a senior. So the sad for him,
he's going somewhere for sure.
Really, he's going to the NFL.
Yeah. And he might be a higher draft.
228. That's so big. Like, it's small, but, wide and stocky.
Sometimes those are the guys you want.
Yeah.
Jonah Coleman has looked fantastic.
Devon Williams is just a sophomore.
Well, then he's coming back.
And then Denzel Boston's a junior. Imagine Denzel Boston and Devon Williams going somewhere as a package deal together. You think people are going to start doing that if they have success at certain places?
You know what? I would love it. I just don't know because of the NIL, and some people just want different things. I think they should, because I think it'd be
like, it's already the number one thing you do when you go somewhere is like, the chemistry. So kind of like how Zachariah Branch did his brother. Georgia didn't want that fucking guy.
Yeah.
They didn't want Zion Branch.
Well, Jaquiz and James Rogers. Jaquiz could have went.
Jaquiz saying, I want to play with my brother and going up there. That wasn't like, hey, you have to take my brother and I'll come to you. But right. I'm saying, do you think in the future with this transfer portal, we're going to start seeing guys who have success at maybe like not that Washington's a low-level school, but have success at maybe a team that's not a national power, and they have great success saying, hey, we're going to transfer together, like quarterback, receiver. Like if I'm going to be honest with you, if Jonah Coleman wasn't a senior, you know how much money those three could probably like leverage on one team? Like, hey, all three of us will come to you, but we want X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, we're all coming to Vanderbilt.
Brother, Jonah Coleman's so cool. I think he's probably the best running back in the country right now, behind Le'Veon.
Hey, we got
what about Le'Veon Moss? That's your guy.
Yeah, but Jonah Coleman's a different cut. Now, look, I don't know because I haven't seen him play like, a super raw team, but that guy's just like, everybody says this. He reminds me of Maurice Jones-Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's
he's
cool.
Short little bowling ball, stocky as fuck. I mean, he's hard to stop. He's so low to the ground that his balance is impeccable. And he just, like, as soon as I see him, like, in an alley, I already know he's going for a minimum 15. Like, once I see that, like, one guy get blocked, all right, that block was made, and it's like, all right, he's got to be one-on-one with somebody. I said, bro, this 50-50 shot he scores here. My man dropped 5 tutties on Garrett's head top last night.
Yep.
And I want you to know I stayed up with a Zen in my mouth and an alcohol in my hand watching every fucking second of it.
I took a sleeping pill, kissed my old lady goodnight, and said,
I thought about calling Garrett and being like, well, he only has 42 yards, but he has 3 touchdowns. So I figured by about halftime we'll have this thing wrapped up.
Yeah. I got the force real quick. Let's do 3 players that we've seen this year that kind of nobody was talking about that we've been surprised by?
We were surprised, but I was going to say the 3 players in Washington. I mean, people knew about them. If you knew, you knew, but a lot of people weren't talking about them. I didn't hear anybody nationally or like only like 1 or 2 people in podcasts will even bring them up ever about anything. But they weren't surprising to me because, kind of beating their drum before the season. Surprising. The quarterback from Cal, the freshman, he's the one who comes most to mind. I don't really have a player. Somebody on Florida State, I'm sure. Not so much Castellanos because I saw him beat Florida State kind of with the same style at Boston College last year. So I kind of assumed that's how he was. I mean, he was going to play, and I never thought he got benched at Boston College because he wasn't good enough. I thought it was probably a clash between him and the coach, and he never was a Bill O'Brien guy to me. So I just figured that was it. I'm trying to think of a player that's just like, holy shit.
Bo Prabula from Missouri has looked great. He's fantastic. I mean,
But he didn't surprise me. I thought that's about how he would look.
Brother, you had him number 16 in the SEC at your quarterback ranking.
Yeah, but he's not very good.
You did have that.
He's played a lot better than number 16.
Yeah, but I think
number 16 is Zach Calzada.
The reason I put him number 16 and the reason I didn't put Zach Calzada number 16 is because I think with the expectation on him versus the results Missouri ultimately is going to get at the end of the season is going to put him in a negative light, where I think Zach Calzada is going to knock somebody off. And that one game is going to make their season.
They almost did it this week.
Yeah. So, and if it happens twice, he could be your Diego Pavia, fucking suing the NCAA for another year because he had to play at a FCS school. So, but long story short, Bo, when he was at Penn State and he had to come in and play, this is pretty much how he looked. So I didn't think he would look worse going to Missouri unless he was playing like an elite team like a Georgia or some shit like that. Yeah, you might look worse. But I think week in, week out, going to look about that, maybe a little better. But I
Garrett, what about you? Any surprising players, Garrett?
Man, I'm going to say this, and it's crazy. Jackson Arnold just kind of surprised me. Because I didn't think he was that good. What's that, Josh?
He ain't did shit. What did he surprise you with? He bought you a present?
I wish he got the money.
Prime? What did he get?
He had bankruptcy, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't think he was good at all at Oklahoma, but I think he's kind of getting into the rhythm. Hugh Freeze wasn't really talking about him like that. He was more kind of hype night. Maybe that's what you do as a coach because, Jackson's going to leave or, you want to get your 5-star up there. He's looked a lot better than I thought he has, so I'll say him. I know it's not like a super big surprise, but it's a bigger name that I think, hey, I didn't think he was going to be that great. Especially, I thought he was going to get replaced by the 4th or 5th game. Maybe that's not the case right now. But he's impressed me a little bit. And then the 2 receivers from A&M. We talked about them. We've known about them. Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver. Hey, hey, they're coming in. Hey, they look good. Hey, the camp's good. Yeah. These dudes are bona fide studs.
Oh, let's relax. Let's relax a little bit. But
I wouldn't say they
bona fide. They fit great in that system with Colin Klein. Marcel Reed seems like he's got great chemistry with these two. I am loving what I'm seeing out of College Station with those 2 guys.
I wouldn't say those 2 surprised me. I would say their impact is bigger than I would have been comfortable putting money on so far. But again, we played a respectable group of 5 teams. It's not like we didn't play an FCS team like some other guys, but it's a respectable group of 5 teams. Brother, you should look like that. You're an SEC team who has the 5th best odds of winning the SEC preseason. So,
yeah.
But I agree with you. In years past, even against those kinds of teams, we didn't have that kind of receiving threat. And Terry Bussey, he had little glimpses, not as much as the other 2 guys on against UTSA, but the Timpson Terror bust down Bussey, nasty play. Was that not a nasty play? Fake the fucking screen to the outside, Bussey break it off, put his foot in the ground, go north, and just if that is what you're showing, and you have other stuff in the bag, well, that shit better be better than that. And that was good. I like that one. But Jackson Arnold is who you're going with, Garrett? 2 games,
I mean, you're saying
22
surprise.
yards passing. That's what we're doing.
He's surprised. I mean, 24, 28, 3 tutties. I like it.
Are you surprised that he's passing for 71 yards a game? Has that surprised you?
Talking about the yards per game, I'm saying he's looked better than I thought he was.
Look, I'll give you this. He hasn't thrown an interception.
And he's scoring. Whether it's through the air or on the ground.
But he's also only attempted 25 passes.
Well,
so
true. He was 24 or 28 against Ball State.
Brother, I'm just reading what it says on, what's this website? Sportsreference.com, college football /player/Jackson-Arnold.html.
Brother, he was 24, 28, 251, and 3 tutties.
Oh, in the baby game or what?
Yeah, I mean, he played Ball State, but, you know.
The thing about Jackson Arnold that I don't really trust at all.
Oh, I don't trust him. I just said I'm surprised by him.
I'm not surprised by that. He beat Alabama last year. Yeah, I'm not surprised when Jackson Arnold has superior. They beat Temple last year. I'm not surprised when he has the superior talent that the result are 1 games. I'll be surprised if he goes against the same thing after the Baylor game. If they go against somebody who can stop the run and forces their team to become one-dimensional, or forces them to have some sort of passing threat in order to be able to run the ball again, and he's able to do that, I'll be impressed. And it's leading to wins, right? It's not leading to chaos and catastrophe. But you're not going to find that out against Baylor's defense. We just seen how many points have they given up in the first 2 games. It's probably not even in the top 100 defenses in the country.
Hey, Dave Aranda has got to get his shit together on defense. Baylor's defense looks bad, like really bad. I mean, they're
giving up 40 game.
Not good. And so until Jackson Arnold throws the ball because he has to in order for the game plan to be effective, or in order for the team to win, or because somebody can stop their run game, you're Sam Levitt light. You can do that because y'all are running the ball all over people.
I've just been surprised by what he's done so far.
I'll give y'all 2. One, this might be surprising because I don't even like the guy, but Carson Beck, surprised that he's not lost the games. I thought he'd be a guy that went to Miami and like maybe played decent, but I thought Notre Dame was going to win that game, week 1, and he surprised me to like play good enough to not screw it up, which I guess you could say is like, oh, that's what he should have done. But I thought he was going to be the guy that screwed the game up. And then the second one is Parker Livingstone from Texas. That dude is a stud. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be the Ryan Wingo show, but
you told us he was going to be a stud before the season. How'd that surprise you?
Brother, I told you he was going to be good. I said Ryan Wingo was going to be a top 5 receiver in the country, which I think he still is. But him and Arch got to get things figured out. But him and Livingstone, I mean, that dude's a stud. I thought he'd be good. Like, you know, hey, maybe he'll catch like 4 touchdowns this year, maybe like 400 or 500 yards. Not, 3 touchdowns in the first 2 games and whatever he's at, 200 something yards. So that guy and then Carson Beck, I think he's looked better than he did at Georgia, which I didn't expect to happen.
Well, if we're going by that metric, then mine is going to be Jonah Coleman. I knew he was cold. This is why I told y'all I try to put y'all on it first before the public found out, other than the normal ball knowers. But I thought he was going to be good. But that guy, again, they haven't played anybody. But if you scale back, even if you scale back what he's done so far to like better competition, that's still a great game.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't play anybody. Bro, they had 5 touchdowns, 4 of them in the first half. Like, I don't care who you're playing. All right, that's hard to do it against high school kids. So, I mean, he has been. I expected high things from him, but he's exceeded those. So that's where I'm at with that. What else y'all got?
I want to see what y'all's predictions are for A&M Notre Dame. I'm sure we'll get into it later this week.
I'll give you my predictions. I'm gonna give it to you later this week. I got to dig into the film. I'm not like one of these regular ball people. I look at the film, I study it, Okay, freeze frame. I got to dig into my sources, catch the all 22.
I know we'll get into it, but just initial reactions based
Initial
off the
reaction,
spread.
you know the
What do y'all think?
initial reaction is A&M's going to go 10-2, and it's going to be because we win this game.
Okay, Garrett,
I
what you
will
got?
tell you this:
100% agree.
early, like way too early to predict. Like I wouldn't put money on it yet, but if we're just looking at the trending line and how it's going, my confidence in us beating Texas is higher than when the season started. The
Brother,
defense looks elite, but the offense, unless Arch can start getting the ball out on time, they have a gettable offense.
here's
So,
the thing though. Last year when we played y'all, it's not like our offense went crazy or anything.
mm-hmm.
And I think our defense is better than they were last year. I think y'all's offense is better than they were. But do you think that amounts to
Sounds like
scoring?
you just answered your own question.
I don't know. Let me finish.
All 5 starting linemen are back. We didn't have.
No one cares about Texas A&M offensive line. Let's be for real. Let me get back to what I was saying.
No,
Do you
let's
think
top
Texas
3 in the
A&M
country.
offense? Hold on, let me finish. Does Texas A&M's offense score more than 20 points on Texas? Go.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, a confident yes from Garrett. He's not one of the ball knowers, so I get it. But Garrett, explain yourself.
I think it's going to be 24-20. If everything stays even keel from what I've seen, I'm saying 24-20. A&M's going to take that game.
I'll put it like this.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, Josh, Garrett, I'll bet you $1,000 right now that doesn't happen. You want to take it?
No, brother, because we got to see what happens.
All right. So you don't know. You're not confident.
I want your
Josh,
team.
give me a confident pick. He's not confident.
I told you, I'm not confident enough to put my money on anything yet. I'm just watching the line and how it's trending. If Arch starts throwing the ball on time, then the line starts trending the opposite way I want it to go. So, and I still think we're easily underdogs, but like a good amount.
4 points.
But I'm just saying, whereas before, I'll put it like this: what I'm trying to say is, if we were to beat Texas now, I think people would give us less credit than if we were to beat Texas the first game of the season the way they were perceived coming into the season.
Yeah, I agree with
So,
that.
in my mind, the gap between us and them has gotten smaller, but it has like 8 or 9 more games over 11 weeks to get bigger. So,
Yep.
But I will say this: I have more faith that our defense would score 7 against your offense before our offense would score 20 against your defense.
Yeah, 100%.
I could see us getting a turnover and either returning it back or at least getting it close enough towards a short field for the offense. Boom, 7 points. And then, I mean, I could see our offense scoring 17 to 24 points, somewhere in there.
I mean, I think Texas defense is better than they were last year, obviously. But I think that they're good enough to where I don't see teams putting up a lot of touchdowns. I can see people moving the ball, maybe getting some field goals. But to score a touchdown on Texas, the way it's looked so far this year and with last year, with all the guys they have coming back, I mean, I don't know. I think to score over 20 against Texas,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to be a very good offense.
I think A&M would be the kind of team that Texas doesn't want to face, not in terms of like, we're the best team in the country or anything, but a team that has competent weapons at every position offensively with a stout
You've
line.
seen that with Ohio State, though. I mean, they have what people say is the best player in the country, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, but I would say that if we're just going on how they're playing, Casey Concepcion is the best receiver in the country right now. So,
Really?
yeah. The man has had 2 touchdowns called back over like weird dumb like they were not legitimately not touchdowns, but it was because like his foot stepped out of bounds before he caught the ball. But he was open, caught the ball, it was a touchdown, like in any other world. So, and he still has like what 6 touchdown catches or something like that, 5 in the first 2 games. So
that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing the best. Is he the best? Probably not, but he's playing the best. So ultimately, I'd rather have the guy playing the best than the guy who's considered the best. But either way you slice it, we have one of the top 3 wide receiver rooms in the SEC. I would say better than Alabama. Maybe people didn't believe it at first. Now you know. We have one of the top 2 running back rooms in the SEC. We have one of the top 3 offensive line rooms in the SEC. We have probably one of the top 3 or 4 tight end rooms in the SEC. Thor's looking great so far this season. Our defense is Cassius Howell's looking great. Our defense has its problems, but it's good enough to cause you problems, right? So I just think that A&M's the kind, and with the kind of all of our guys, we don't have a lot of young guys playing, except maybe you like Terry Bussey or Mario Craver, but we have a lot of like juniors and seniors, and I think those are going to be the kinds of teams that would give Texas problems. Experienced players, more disciplined with their eyes, also have to have a certain requisite of talent to be able for this to count. But A&M kind of falls in that we're above the threshold of talent, and then we got the experienced players, guys who lost last year, right? Know what it was like, like have that feeling of we had this opportunity for the field goal, we didn't take it. We could have had this pick and I dropped it. Could have had that pick and Bryce Anderson dropped it. Not even dropped it. He let it go through his hands to fucking Gunnar Helm so he could catch the ball. So I think there's going to be a lot of what ifs. Ultimately, if I had to put my house on it, I would say Texas wins the game. But Texas hasn't done anything for me to feel more in their favor since the season has started. Whereas A&M has done things to be like, man, maybe they're going to be all right.
I think A&M's offenses look better than probably what all 3 of us expected. I know you thought they would be good, but they look really good.
I told you,
I think Texas defense has looked better than what anyone thought with all the people they lost. So I think that's going to be a good matchup, though.
Well, that's because they don't know ball, brother. I told you Texas defense was going to be the best defense in the country.
Well, yeah, you told me that, but you know ball. I'm saying to the general public who don't know ball, like Garrett, who said, well, they lost Jahdae Barron, Andrew Bakuba, and they're not going to be as good as they were last year. And I had to tell him that he was wrong.
Hans Barron
That's what I'm talking about. Brother, Barron Sorrell wouldn't start on this year's team. And he went to the NFL. So what does that tell you about the guys we had?
Yeah, dude.
The Sark might have got a bottle.
I think it's hard to bet because I've only seen Notre Dame once. The fucking playoff gods are looking out for their ass, giving them the bye week in week 2. It's hard to say. If Notre Dame comes out and plays the way they did against Miami, they'll lose.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So the problem is Marcus Freeman's a good coach. I don't trust he'll let that happen. And if it does happen, then I might have a question about the kid's actual ability because I don't think it'll be a coaching issue. I think it'll be a talent issue. But, I'm told that they have good talent. I know the cornerback Leonard's really good. I know they're high on the guys that they got replaced from the D-line last year and these linebackers. But ultimately, they didn't look good against Miami, and I think Miami's got like a false image right now of how good they are because of the game with Notre Dame. And I think you saw the difference. I know this is transitive properties. We don't do this, but I think you saw the difference in Florida State and Miami. Florida State's for real. And yeah. Difference when they both played like lower FCS teams and one won like 45-3 and the other one won like fucking 77 to what did they even score?
I think it was 77-0, 77-3,
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a different level of how it's working. So, yeah. I mean, I think good. I think they're going to win some teams. How they could beat, at this point, a lot of people could beat Clemson. And they could beat Florida. They're probably going to beat Florida too. But I just think that Florida State is a little more real in terms of their ability to contend for a playoff spot or in the playoffs than Miami is. Not that Miami won't make it, but they're gettable. They're not a behemoth. I could probably think of like off the top of my head, I think Tennessee give Miami all they wanted right now, and I don't think anybody thinks of Tennessee.
They might.
I think, like I said, good for Miami. I mean, you can only play who you play. The results can only be what they are, and the public's going to perceive it the way they want. But I think Miami's kind of like benefiting from beating Notre Dame, where I think Notre Dame might not be as good as people initially expected. But we won't know that until we get another game or two in.
Is that the most interesting game this week? Notre Dame A&M?
Well, brother, for those who don't know, I'm on the worldwide leader right now.
South
So let me
Florida,
just go to their schedule.
South Florida, Miami is in
Georgia,
South.
Georgia,
Yeah, they
Tennessee.
got South Florida, Miami, Georgia, Tennessee. Man, I'm really close. What the spread come out on that 7? I'm really close to taking Tennessee.
Yeah.
Money line. Really close. In Neyland. Dude, I got flamed on TikTok, because I said that they were a top 6 to 7 stadium in the country. Yeah, people, man, you mean number 1?
No.
No, I didn't remember, brother. Unless you happen to have moved Neyland Stadium to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and renamed it Death Valley and put in a bunch of yellow and purple chairs. I did not.
Yeah,
Um,
the sky was dark.
I'll give it. One guy was like, "We're easily top 5." Credit to him, probably,
Yeah,
probably.
I can argue.
I can't really think. Real quick, let's go through it. Reese, no, you probably have bad takes. I'll tell you all the top 5 stadiums.
Brother.
Top 5 stadiums in the country in order are LSU's Death Valley, Kyle Field. Number 3 is probably Neyland. Some might say Beaver Stadium, but I knock it down a half point because it's in the Big Ten, and I don't like their grass.
Yeah, it's white out. White out.
I've noticed non-turf Big Ten school fields, but it ain't that nice, pretty Bermuda. They got that long fucking looks like it's been. I can't say that on internet, but
from MetLife.
yeah, it doesn't look good.
No.
Anyway, so number 4 I'll give to Beaver Stadium, and number 5 best stadium in the country. Number 5. I don't want to miss something obvious.
The Swamp.
It's not. It's not the Big House. It's probably the Horseshoe.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's Big Ten, I don't really respect it either. And let me tell you what I hate about the Horseshoe: the turf. I think as adults in college football, turf should not be allowed. We play on grass. We procure the grass. We make millions of dollars. We can pay somebody to make sure the grass is right, cut, and ready to go every game day and take care of it throughout the year. Turf should be for publicly funded schools that taxpayers are paying for this crap, not donors and boosters. You got donors and boosters, you're getting grass. So, but yeah, those would be my top 5. I would say the Swamp maybe would swap with the Horseshoe, but I give the Horseshoe its credit. Ohio State's probably been the most consistent college football program of my lifetime, including Alabama. They haven't reached the peaks of Alabama, but I can't remember. I don't even know. We should look that up. What their record is since 1990. I can't remember a time when Ohio State wasn't a 10-win team.
I shut it
minimum
down.
Like 10. Huh?
I said
Pull
I shut
it up, G. Shut it what?
The computer. My phone. It's about. I wasn't 100%.
So Josh, I think
LSU, why is it not on?
A&M, Neyland, Penn State's got to be up there. And then, yeah, probably either. I mean, you want to say the Swamp, but I mean, they just lost to South Florida at home. So what's that say about home field advantage?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of like the team. The atmosphere is good whether the team is or not. That to me, that makes it an elite atmosphere because anybody can be happy when the team's winning.
Yeah. Well, then Jordan Hare's got to be up there then.
Jordan Hare is, but if I was doing a 10, the way I would flesh it out is those two would be the only Big Ten stadiums that get in. Yeah. And then after that, they'd be all SEC stadium. I would go like Swamp, Jordan Hare, Williams-Brice Stadium. I would probably at that point have to concede Sanford and then Bryant-Denny.
Ain't nobody talking about
Denny and Sanford. I'm not. You know, I could go somewhere else with it other than messing with them too.
What about DKR?
DKR is probably top 20.
Brother, what do you mean top 20? You didn't hear what Alabama said when they came to play?
It's more of like an event. It's more of an event center than it is like a college football stadium.
Brother, no, you haven't been there. We got to go this year. We'll go this year. How about that? We'll go this year.
We can go. Like I've been before, and when Texas is good, they're crazy. And when Texas isn't good, you can get them shits at HEB checkout. Coupons for some Texas Longhorn tickets. So they're kind of like an LA or a Miami.
No, they're
Not
that.
that bad,
They're not like
but
that.
kind of like they are where the atmosphere wanes with how good the team is. Whereas, like, I've been to Texas A&M games for a long time, and for the majority of my life, A&M has been 7-5 or worse. It's always the same. Every game, they're always yelling. It's always packed. They're always excited. I mean, it's like that every time. So,
Well, brother, it's
but
different
yeah, I would say
when everyone's
it's
on
different than
cocaine.
when
It's
what?
different. When everyone's on cocaine, it's different. Brother,
Brother, we're not on the drugs. We're on the Jesus.
brother, I've never been to College Station and not seen a bunch of people doing cocaine.
Well, that's because you're Gen Z. I'm
Well,
talking
brother,
about when people still went to church on Sunday.
well, I mean, I wish they did, but we're talking about who's at the games. It's the cocaine.
All right, well, if that's what they're doing in College Station, they're doing worse in Austin.
No, dude, we're good over there.